All right, what's up, people? You probably think this is a huge turnaround, especially given the topic. But I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. And you're seeing already the parallels that I'm offering. Okay? So we're going to get to this. I want this. Here is the requested text. Because I said Gospel of Thomas 2 plus Surah 2, first 2 ayat. And they gave it to me. I had to be very specific because when you dude, trust me, the AIs be fucking with you, man. It's like the genie, where the genie tries to fuck with your wish. You know what I'm saying? They try it all the time. Anywho, you just have to have the right prompts. If you're gonna use AI, have the right prompts. Okay, so when Islam was being explained to me, a friend of mine, and I wouldn't consider him a scholar at all or anything like that, he basically told me that you can summarize the Quran in a certain type of a way that's mathematical. He didn't say it mathematical. That's the way I interpreted what he was saying. But I've heard other scholars that have actually tried to do this. And the idea is like a fractal. So it's well, it's not really a fractal. It's like, okay, so the entirety of the Quran, we've dealt with the, Bismillah, which is the Al-Fatiha, that begins, every chapter is a summary of that. So basically, Islam is a recursive religion so that you can find the truth in the smallest part. And then the part becomes big because that's the explanation. It's like, okay, we're going to give you, and this is done in Buddhism all the time, which makes it so awesome, is that it's done within so many religions. It's like, this is what we show you, and then here's what's really going on. You know what I mean? So it's like, the idea behind Islam is very simple. It could be summarized. It was already summarized in Al Fatiha. That's it. It's like, okay, then they throw the biggest one on you. They're like the Surah of the cow. It's like, okay, you want more? Here you go, buddy. Eat on that cow, bro. Eat on that cow. That's a big ass beast. You best be hungry. But the thing is, most of the important sayings in the Quran are found in Surah number 2. To begin with, it is the first surah that is lettered. Alif, Lam, Mim. It says meme. I say mem. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're right. I should probably trust the fucking AI, right? You should probably trust it, right? I don't know. I was always taught Alif, Lam, Mim. Um, but the idea is that there are certain surahs within the Quran that are prefixed by letters. You know, I was gonna say something funny about that, but I don't really think I need to. If you go through the entirety of Surah number 2, what you'll realize is that, okay, one, it's like what the author of the Quran, which I don't even think author is the right word, because the Quran is only best understood as basically a song, if you will, like a poem. Like it's, you ever heard the Arabic recitation? You'd just fucking be floored. You'd be like, really? That's the Quran? Oh yeah, that's the Quran, buddy. You know what I mean? The shit that you hear, like people translating everything else, it's just interpreting that recitation, that song. And so the idea is that you go from the simplest, which is, Al Fatiha, which also becomes the Bismillah. And you get the idea behind this understanding. And then to introduce that, you have Jesus saying, and now here, notice it says, Jesus said, let him who seeks continue seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will be troubled. When he's troubled, he will marvel, and he will reign over the all. Now, see, the problem that most like Orthodox so-called Christians have with this is that it seems to imply that there's a divinization process. Not to be confused with divination, which is like trying to tell the future. A divinization, like becoming divine. So, and then the really big part is when he is troubled. right? So it's like the journey to find God is a troubling path because you're going to find something that you don't expect. And when you don't expect that, you will marvel, as it says, and he will reign over all, the all, which is a divinization. So, and then you lean right into Aleph Lam Mem. This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah. And just keep reading. Because like I said, the Surah of the Cow is the longest surah in the Quran. I believe it has pretty much every central teaching of Islam contained within. And there aren't too many. So it's basically like there's one God, there's the prophet of God, and then there are the last days, and there are those that fear God in the last days, and those are the ones that are, blessed by God, whatever, the message. But I'm saying there's a parallel here. So have at it, Hoss. 3-3 should be fun. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do justice to the cow. It's just too big. I mean, come on, man. What do you do with a cow? You milk it. You know what I'm saying? You milk that motherfucker.